'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour,
Eden.
Mooloolaba, Nambour, Rochester, Kilmore, Marillaba,
Eden.
Lemmerville, Wallaville, Conowano,
Eden.
Strathround, Proserpine, Alladala, Darwin, Gingin, Lillaquen, Muckdilla,
Eden.
Wallabilla, Bougainville, Cumberland, I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man.
It won't
I've
surprise
been
many people
everywhere,
then
man.
to say that we are going to be heading off to Eden, where we find Claire Mudaliar. G'day, Claire.
Good morning. That was a great intro. Loved it.
Happy with that? Yeah. I tell you what, when we introduce people from places like Tallangatta, it gets tough. Let me tell you, I can tell you that for nothing. You got Neil. The other one you spoke to is Grant. Great to chat to you again. Where's Eden?
Oh, Eden's actually halfway in between Melbourne and Sydney on the Princess Highway on the far New South Wales coast.
Far south. That would be just over the border from Victoria, I guess, then.
Yeah, that's right. We're pretty much the first sort of main town that you hit on the highway as you head up and you cross the border into New South Wales. Yep.
My recollection of that road is it's also probably the first town you stop to actually bring up the day's takings, having gone all those windy roads between the border and Eden.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is a bit windy, that last stretch. Yes, it is.
And how long have you been residing in Eden, Claire?
Oh, I've lived on and off here my whole life, pretty much. This time back, I've been here about 13 years, but I come from one of Eden's old generational fishing families, so my brother and cousins are fifth-generation Eden fishermen. So strong links to the area.
Now, I know a little bit about you because you are, in fact, this week's feature interviewee on the Regional 250, a podcast that we've spoken about on this program before. So I know a little bit about the background. But you're involved in tourism these days.
Yes, I am, yeah. I'm really fortunate to be able to share Eden with the world by my, in my role that I'm currently in, which is managing the Eden Visitor Information Centre. So we've got a gorgeous building down at the wharf in Eden that I get to call my office every day. I'm actually sitting out at Harbourside right now watching the pelicans clean themselves, preening.
It sounds like an idyllic. And what's the temperature there today?
Oh, look, we've got a bit of a sou'wester creeping in this morning, so there's a cold breeze, but I think the temperature's about 16 or 18 today. Yeah.
Now, I did do a tiny bit of research on Eden yesterday. I know I'm not supposed to do that for this show, but I believe it's the whale spotting that everybody heads to Eden for. Is that the number one reason why people are heading there?
It is, especially at this time of year, definitely through September, October. The spring months are when our humpback highway comes alive out on the ocean just off Eden. So, yeah, we're a pretty lucky town when it comes to whale watching because of the positioning of where we are on the coastline. You can actually watch the whales from land here, so that there's quite a few locations where you can see the humpbacks just passing by from land and viewing platforms. But then we've got a couple of boats that go out 2 or 3 times a day at this time of year to get you up closer as well. So, yeah, very famous spot for whale watching.
How close can they actually get to the whales?
The boats? Well, so there's pretty strict limitations around the boats moving towards the whales, but what we're seeing more and more of now is what are called muggings, which is where the boat will actually stop and not be able to move or start the engines because there's whales, within a certain meterage, and then what happens is the whales come to the boat. Not always, but sometimes. They're very inquisitive, curious creatures. So when they come up to the boat just has to sit there and can't start the engines again or move because of the parameters around, the rules around what you can and can't do near the whales. So when the whales come up and swim under the boat and come alongside and roll on the side, it's like they're watching us, not us watching them.
Don't know that I'd be all that thrilled to be on a boat with a whale underneath me. I've seen what they do when they jump up out of the water.
Oh, they're pretty big boats that take you whale watching.
They'd want to be.
Safe.
Now, of course, they wouldn't be blue whales or killer whales. Grant, you know what they'd be? New South Wales. Thank you.
Boom, boom, yeah.
Thank you. I've been working on that all week, Claire. I hope you've been happy with that.
That's what, in all my time here and involved with the whale watching, I haven't heard that one.
So next time you're out on a boat, say, now, ladies and gentlemen, be very careful. The blue whales and the killer whales are okay, but just look out for the New South Wales. And no credit required. You can just use that.
Thanks for that, thanks.
So outside of tourism and fishing, what else do the good folk of Eden do? Is there a bit of agriculture going on? Because Rob will kill me if I don't ask that question.
Well, traditionally, Eden's a working town. Fishing and timber have been the main industries in Eden for decades, actually. Many years ago, we had a green seas tuna cannery here. We have a wood chip mill and a sawmill here. So they're the traditional industries. There's a little bit of agriculture as you head a little bit further north, because we've got, of course, the Bega Cheese Factory only 40 minutes drive away. So there's a lot of dairy farms in the area. But yeah, it's become more about tourism over the last sort of 5 to 8 years. That's a real growing industry, because we get cruise ships in here as well as drive tourism. So yeah, it's a bit of a mix here.
I think the other form of tourism that you get quite frequently between Christmas and New Year is some folk who have been foolish enough to jump on a yacht and head to Hobart from Sydney. And when they get to Bass Strait and go, oh, no, hang on second thoughts. You get a few of those as well, I suspect.
Yes, we are the town that the Sydney to Hobart sailors do not want to stop at, because if they're coming into Eden, then it means they've retired from the Sydney to Hobart. So yeah, we're the stop that no one wants.
Now, in terms of people coming up, because we've got Cup Day in Melbourne next Tuesday week, which means some people will be taking a long weekend. If they said, you know what, we could jump in the car on the Saturday morning, we'd be in Eden by late afternoon Saturday, come home on the Tuesday, what can they do for a couple of days in Eden?
Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. I can fill a week in Eden. But to condense it down to a couple of nice days, definitely following the Killer Whale Trail, which is a self-drive tour that you can do that takes you to locations in and around Eden that link in with our whaling history. We've got a really interesting whaling history, and we're the only place in the world it's been recorded where humans and killer whales actually used to work together during the whaling time. But then we've got amazing snorkeling and swimming. We've got beautiful, untouched, pristine wilderness and beaches and hidden little coves all surrounding Eden. The national park's fabulous for walking, so Biawak National Park's got some beautiful bushwalks in it. And then, of course, there's, all the beautiful fresh seafood that you can feast on, and local gin distilleries and breweries and all of that to top it off and put the icing on the cake for you.
And we always ask about the local bakery. There's a nice bakery with pies, etc. up there.
Oh, the local bakery. Our local bakery, Martin's Pie Place it's called, has been owned by the same amazing family, Eden locals. They just live a little bit out of town on a property. They've owned the bakery for decades, and they make all beautiful, very traditional bakery items. So it's a popular spot to stop. The vanilla slices are pretty amazing.
I think the hallmark of a bakery in the country is the Neenish tart.
Oh, yes, they do sell them at the bakery.
Yeah, with the pink icing and the raspberry jam.
That's the one.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding.
Classic. It was classic.
So the tourism spot that you were talking about, the visitors centre, when's that open?
So we're open 7 days a week down here. We're 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, 10 to 4 Saturdays, 10 to 2 Sundays, so 7 days a week. And we're really lucky. We're a community-run not-for-profit, our visitor centre. So most of our staff are volunteers other than myself. So we have 25 amazing volunteers that man the information counter, and they love sharing tips and tricks and all the secrets of what to do when you're in town, when you're visiting.
So you're the only one being paid there, and you're the one putting your feet up for 15 minutes, chatting to a couple of clowns in Geelong while they carry the team. Is that how it works?
That's pretty much it.
That's outstanding. I must see if I can get an organisation to do the same, because we're the volunteers at this end.
Yeah, we're enjoying talking to Claire. That's our payment today.
That's it, yeah. And if you heard the rest of the program, you know why we're volunteers. Claire, we are going to have to head off fairly shortly, but thank you for taking some time out of your busy day and making the volunteers take over for a little while so you can have a chat to us. Is there a website that people can go to find out more about Eden?
Yes, please. It's visiteden.com.au. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to speak to the wonderful people of Geelong and share our beautiful town of Eden. Thank you.
Now, next time you're at the bakery, send one of those niche tarts down here.
2.
I'll see what I can do.
And if people walk into the Visit Eden Centre and say, I heard about this on the Two Blokes Chatting radio show, you promise not to scream and run out?
Oh, I won't. I'll shout them a Neenish start.
Oh, there you go. There's your offer. Thank you, Claire. Great to chat. And for those who want to know more about Eden, why don't you check out the Regional 250? The episode that came out this Monday features Claire. You even get to see a photo of her on screen.
Oh, dear. That's a good selling point.
Thanks, Claire.
Thank you so much.